My name is Henry Cole and I'm mad for motorbikes. I love to ride them, restore them, and sometimes do crazy things on them. I love everything on two wheels and want to share my passion with you. Welcome to the Motorbike Show. Coming up, I ride a vintage Triumph Bonneville. At my age, why do you want anything else? Meet an extraordinary bike builder.
Alan, why?
And practice me haggling skills.
2.9, I'll shake your hand. 31.
But first,
Every year, us bikers raise, I'm telling you man, millions and millions of pounds for charity, and hopefully today we're going to add to that tally. Welcome to Bike4Life.
Bike4Life is an annual event held at Meal Brace in Shropshire, bringing together bikers to raise money for one of the most important charities around, as organiser Anne explains.
The charity we're raising money for is Midlands Air Ambulance Charity, and I lead the charity. We cover 6 counties from Gloucester all the way up to Burton-on-Trent. We've got 3 aircraft and we fly 365 days a year.
And it just amazes me how bikers actually can collect or, do so much for charity. I think car drivers still believe that we come into their village and set fire to it and nick all their food and run away again or something, But motorcycling today is all about giving something back, isn't it?
Well, it is, and unfortunately, historically, there is a stereotype for a biker. I mean, I'm riding today. My husband's a bike rider, and he's ex-RAF. From my experience as a pillion rider, the biking fraternity is very solid and actually made up of all sorts of professions. And we only need to look at today, look at the number of bikes, the quality of the bikes, and the people that are here supporting us.
Every biker is welcome to join in the fun. The only requirement is that you sign up in advance and have a motorbike above 125cc. Other than that, they let anyone in, even my old mate Steve Stavros Parish.
The thing about motorcycling, it's such an easy hobby, isn't it? The girls and guys could have got up this morning, walk outside, go in the garage, get their bike out and then come here for a great day out.
Apart from Stavros, this year's other headline celebrity is Nick Sanders, the record-breaking biker who's been around the world no less than 7 times.
Most of the time I'm on my own, I'm kind of doing solo stuff, record breaking or whatever, and it's quite a lonely existence, but it's the life of an adventurer, Henry, and I like it. But I love being involved. I love being involved in biking stuff, and especially when there's a fabulous charitable association. I think it's great.
In total, there are going to be 3,500 bikers taking part today on the 23-mile ride-out from here to RAF Cosford. There's even the local mayor, Simon Harris from Broseley.
How do people who vote for you feel about that? Do they think you're with the people, or do they think,
I think my town knows that I'm with the people anyway. They know that I am not the mayor that hides and just goes to the nicer side of things. This is my sort of thing as well.
I doubt if I'm going to come into contact with any more chains today unless my bike breaks down, but the numbers are growing, the excitement is building and the stopwatch is counting down.
Okay, well, it looks like we're moving out, and as they say in France though, we're gonna frappe la rue.
Our destination is 23 miles away, but before we get there, I'm enjoying one of the most amazing days of my life, joining 3,500 other bikers on the Bike4Life charity ride from Meal Brace in Shrewsbury to RAF Cosford. For some reason best known to themselves, they've invited me and Steve Parish to lead the charge, and I have to say, I'm really honoured. Every motorway bridge that we come to seems to be jam-packed with well-wishers, all enjoying the sunshine and saluting as we go. Mavis, my Norton Bitzer, is not quite as fast as Steve's Triumph, so occasionally I have to assume the Eddie Merckx racing position and show him what's what. In truth, it's more grand day out than Wild Bunch, but it's wonderful to take over the road, albeit for just a couple of hours, and banish all the tin boxes and lorries that so often make our lives a misery.
God, can't believe it. Hey, come over here away from all that. Wow.
If you're having a go, making a fool of yourself,
I have to tell you,
please come and see me at the stage.
I'm sort of quite close to tears. Being part of something that big and all of us working together to actually do something for, in this case, the air ambulance. You know, I feel part of something. I feel privileged. And most importantly, I feel humbled.
Over the years, I've done a lot of events with Steve Parish, but few things compare to this.
People stopped in the lay-bys, on the bridges, like everywhere you went, there was just loads and loads of people. What I couldn't believe, I had an empty piece of motorway in front of me, a policeman in front of me, and I was only doing 55 miles an hour. That was the most extraordinary thing.
Sacrilege, really.
It was really,
the opportunity was missed.
You felt this is all wrong, but it was really lovely because I just kept looking behind me and I couldn't believe how many people are out there, how many bikes are following us, and everyone's smiling. And I guess they're still going to be coming in for about another 2 hours.
Yeah, I think they will. But my God, I mean, unbelievable experience.
Yeah, no, it was.
And that's just the start of the fun, because we've ridden about 25 miles, something like that, here to RAF Cosford, and now we can enjoy the fun of the fair.
Events on offer range from Spitfire flypasts to bike skills training and auditions for Britain's Got Tyres. There are bands, bikes and youth-sized climbing frames. But what I really love is the simple pleasure of being around so many kindred spirits and the opportunity to meet the people for whom all this is about, the Midlands Air Ambulance team and pilot Mark.
When I started flying, this is the kind of thing that I always wanted to do, to be able to do something that's, it's quite rewarding, challenging in the same instance.
On a typical call out, you fly over the accident site and you're making a judgment then obviously about where you can land. Just talk me through that process.
So there's a number of things we need to consider. I mean, we tend to do an orbit over the top of the scene. We tend to look at where the incident is to try and make sure that we can try and get the crew as close to the scene as possible. And we look for dangers like poles, wires, and anything that's in the way, really, to be honest.
Once the pilot gets them down safely, the paramedics and doctors fly into action.
Can I just ask, if people weren't raising money, would these things be grounded?
Yeah, absolutely grounded. Yeah, because it's all public funding that we fly with, so unless, can't people put money in the tins and what have you, we wouldn't be able to lift and take off.
And this event last year paid for 18 missions, I think it was, so
did you
18
really?
missions, which we wouldn't have been able to do without it.
And that £2,500 emission equates to £7 million a year that we need.
Okay, so look, right, if you're still sitting on your sofa and not doing some fundraising for the air ambulance, I suggest you get out there right now and do something about it!
Mainly because doing something is not only fulfilling, but as events like this prove, it can also be a whole load of fun.
I have to say, today has been a hugely humbling experience. You know what? Just proves to me that when us bikers come together to do something, we can do anything.